The black shows us how to push, how to lean, how to rear, and then eventually put his head down. Hey, Tony Lander here. I've helped thousands of people and their horses build a better relationship through understanding and psychology. And what I want to show you today is 3 points how you can get your horse off you, stop pushing on the halter, and how to encourage him to lower his head. This is the start. Straight away, I'm saying to the black, hey, don't push forward on the halter, and I want you to be able to go backwards when I ask. So I use rhythmic energy on the rope, onto the halter, onto his nose, and then we lead forward. Now he starts to push out to the right. So I want to say, hey, don't do this. So I want to get some attentive and compliant. A lot of this is about compliant. That is him staying off me, him stopping when I ask, him not pushing on the halter. Attentive is when he starts to look off for the other horses and everything else. So now he's moving away from my body energy, sideways away. This feels really good. This is compliant. Even though you could say, hey, he's just drifting. But he's moving in the direction that I want him to. This means compliant. There he pushed into the halter, and so I said, don't do this, and he had a reaction. He was not calm, he was agitated by this and pushed up against the halter. Then he pushed without looking, so I said, give me some attentive again. Come forward. And now I say, can I just move him off me? So this rhythmic energy right now is what I'm using. I'm using my body energy and also the rhythmic energy of my hand or the rope. There's another rhythmic energy, bump, bump on the nose. Again, super important to have backwards, to be able to get backwards. And when he's not attentive, you can use rhythmic energy as well, just to say, hey, wake up. Now you notice I'm holding the rope. I've actually got a loop in the end, tied in the end in case he runs. And I just then can let the rope out and hold him on the end. So I ask forward again. I'm very, very aware of where his body is, whether it's pushing on me, whether it's looking somewhere else. Awareness is the biggest key right now for me, that I have to be aware of what he's doing. There, he's gone super distracted by the other horses, so I had to go up the phase and say, hey, wake up, attentive to me. And the amount of energy that I use on the halter or the rope will be based on how much distraction he has. And there he backed off the halter really well, so I didn't have to apply more energy. Here he's pushed quite firmly away from me, so I hold, and if I can hold and he comes back, that's perfect. If I can't hold, then I bump. Now it's really about going with the flow. When he's moving, allowing him to move. If he's not pushing on me, he's not pushing on the halter, not leaning on the halter, then just allow him to go so that he can get a break. And this again, he pushed out quite firmly out to his right, so I said, hey, don't do this. Now attentive. It's difficult for a young stallion, difficult for a young horse, but for a young stallion even more so. The more horses around, the more distraction there is. So I have to keep bumping. It's a consistent, almost never-ending attentive ask. And then I just check, can I move the front? And now I flow with him, just allow him a break, a flow. And I say, hey, slow down the front a little bit and see if we can get a little bit of sideways. And this absolutely is not with precision. I don't mind that he goes backwards, it doesn't matter. Just flow with him. And then he jumps, a little bit of agitation, he jumps forward and across, but it's still in the direction I want it, so I don't cause this to be a problem for him. Now I'd like him to move a little bit more sideways. So again, I lead with my hand, using the energy of the rope. So all of this is about getting your horse off you. And then eventually about, not eventually, but definitely about the compliant part of go when I ask, where I ask. And all of this is all move away right now. I don't bring him towards me. It's just about move away because I need my space. I need him to understand that he needs to give space. And again, I lead a little bit with the rope in my right hand and I say, move your shoulder and neck over and follow the lead. So now he drifts backwards and he's only drifting backwards slowly. So I don't put much energy or pressure on stopping this. Just allow it. Then the attentive was gone. So I bump with my right hand. Now drift back with him and allow forward. As soon as he starts to go, I allow. So now it's about helping him understand, give me space, give me compliant, follow where I ask you to go. I've asked him to take his nose to his left, and then I say, hey, please follow the rope with some support energy from my left hand, the loops of the rope. Then I hold as he drifts backwards, then he gets agitated and jumps forward. But I allow him to go because he went in the direction that I've asked. So none of this is precision right now. It's just, hey, please do it. And I want you not to push on the rope, not to push on the halter. So So I say put up the energy and the steady energy right there, because bumping wouldn't have worked right at that point. I want him to know that leaning is also uncomfortable. So he now just did a little bit of sideways, his attention's gone again, he's got distracted, and now I start to look at, can I bring the head down? Can I cause him to come down with steady energy? And so it's a feel, waiting for it to happen, especially if he's not pushing or leaning. He's just not compliant yet. So he's not pushing up, he's not pushing away. And if you want to see the whole piece of this head down, just click on the watch this next video below. And before you do that, so if you like what you see, subscribe, hit the subscribe button so that you can see the next videos and the next videos. There'll be more in the life of the black coming up.